Two facts about life are its unpredictability and its volatility. There have been many situations or events throughout history that we could not really adequately prepare for. Take the COVID 19 pandemic, for example. One thing I've learned today is antifragility, which is defined as the property of a system to, to survive a volatile and unpredictable situation and also thrive in spite of it or because of it. Let me give you an example of vaccination. The concept behind vaccination is that a weakened state or dead cells of a virus are introduced into the body, and that causes the body to develop antibodies and develop systems to be able to fight that virus or that disease and essentially overcome it. Now, this is useful because the the virus cells that were introduced into the body, they were weakened and they were just in a very small quantity, so the body is able to easily take care of that. But in taking care of that, it learns how to fight that, such that if in the future the individual gets infected by the disease in its full form, the body already has the necessary knowledge to fight and protect itself. So this is anti-fragility, the ability to, because of a volatile or unpredictable situation, learn how to survive and also win. There's so many applications of this. You can see this in finance, you can see this in medicine as well. And I want to share three things I learned in developing anti-fragility. The first thing is that you should give yourself something called upside optionality. Now, I know there's a lot of terms flying around in this video, but essentially, upside optionality is the advantage you give yourself by putting yourself in certain situations where you have little or nothing to lose. So, take for example, you decide to go for networking events or you decide to go for a party where professionals are invited to. You might meet people that you really like to have in your circle at that party, and you can expand your network. And what's the worst that could happen? You meet them and they really don't vibe with you, or you're not able to establish a good connection with them. In the end, you've lost pretty much nothing because you couldn't have met those people either ways if you sat at home. Or maybe you're trying to look for a partner and then you sign up to maybe a dating app or you go to where young single people are. You increase your chances of finding someone who matches your lifestyle and your desires rather than if you just sat at home watching TV. So essentially, in those situations, you have given yourself upside optionality. That's the possibility to win big and lose little. Think about the video shared yesterday where instead of thinking, how do I just win, you also think about, how do I not lose? So these are kind of connected topics. So if you went for the dinner, you are thinking of how you can win, but you already have how you cannot lose covered because what's the worst that could happen? Nothing. You go back home. It's not a lose situation. So that's the first thing, giving yourself upside optionality. The second thing is learning how to fail properly. And maybe I'll make another video about failing properly, but the ideas behind failing properly are that number one, do not put yourself in a position that failing will take you out completely. Now, I can tell this from personal experience, maybe trading. Don't put yourself in a situation where you get liquidated. That is wiping you out, or maybe liquidated in a cross position. And what I mean by cross is your entire portfolio is gone when you're liquidated. Avoid such situations. You want to be in positions where even if you got liquidated or you failed, you were using just a very small percentage of your total portfolio, maybe 10%. If you lost 10% of your portfolio in a trade, you still have 90% to try again. But don't put yourself in a situation where you are losing 100% of your portfolio. That will take you out. So that's the first way not to fail. Do not fail in such a way that you are taken out completely. The second thing in learning to fail properly is to intentionally learn from your failures. Don't just fail for the sake of failing. Make sure that you are able to derive the lessons and spot your blind sides. Is that correct? Your blind spots. Spot the things that took you out. Identify where you missed it or where you messed up in the current failure so you can be well equipped for the future. I think of it like this: anti-fragility is really learning how to fail properly, because when you learn from your failure, even though that was a negative experience, you can learn from the failure and then win in the future, which is thrive because of that experience. And there are so many examples in the world. Most of the people who have succeeded today have stories of sometimes massive failure and repeated massive failures before they won big. So that's the lesson today I learned, and I think it's really, really good. Being anti fragile, developing systems that are anti fragile. You want to be that person that can not only survive tough situations but thrive because of them. Thank you for watching today's video. I'm quite excited to make it, and it was quite a day today. But I'm glad I made it. Thank you for watching today's video. I'll see you tomorrow.